Rumors, speculation, and uncertainty. All of these have recently been hovering around Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. A whirlwind of conjecture has been ignited by initial reports of President Trump's alleged intent to dismiss Powell. These reports were not merely hearsay. A drafted letter intended for Powell himself was unearthed, adding fuel to the speculative fire. Conversations with lawmakers hinting at a potential dismissal further stirred the pot. These elements combined to form a heady brew of doubt and question marks, a cocktail that left many unsure of what the future holds for the Federal Reserve Chair. Yet, amidst this flurry of whispers and innuendos, a voice of authority rang out. It was none other than the president himself, who, in spite of the swirling speculation, made a statement that might just bring a sense of calm to these turbulent waters. But, despite these whispers of dismissal, the president himself has made a statement that may just quell the rising tide of uncertainty. President Trump, known for his straightforward approach, has denied any immediate plans to fire Powell, dubbing it as highly unlikely. This comes as a surprise to many, given Trump's reputation for being both direct and unpredictable. It's like trying to predict the path of a hummingbird in flight. You might think you know where it's going, but it could suddenly dart in a different direction. The rumors of Powell's dismissal started like a spark in a dry forest, quickly catching on and spreading. Some even suggested that a draft letter was in the works, signaling the end of Powell's tenure. Yet, in a turn of events that left many scratching their heads, Trump has denied these rumors outright. Many expected a confirmation, or at the very least, a non-committal response. But Trump, in his characteristic style, has refuted the speculation. The president, known to hold his cards close to his chest, has been uncharacteristically clear in his denial. Highly unlikely, he said, putting to rest the swirling rumors, at least for the time being. However, it's worth noting that in the world of politics, highly unlikely is not the same as impossible. There's a world of difference between these two words. A world that is filled with possibilities, probabilities, and the potential for sudden change. In the midst of all this, it's important to remember that Trump is a man known for his unexpected moves. His presidency has been marked by abrupt decisions that have left both his allies and adversaries surprised. This situation with Powell is no different. Despite his denial, the air is thick with suspense, uncertainty, and a sense of anticipation. Will he, won't he? Only time will tell. Yet the skepticism remains. Some officials and lawmakers are not quite convinced. After all, in the world of politics, it's always prudent to expect the unexpected. Despite President Trump's denial, some officials and lawmakers continue to express skepticism. This skepticism is not without reason, as the president's past actions have shown a tendency for unpredictability, leaving many to question the validity of his current denial. The skeptics, a diverse group encompassing both officials and lawmakers, are not just questioning the president's words, but also his intentions. They're trying to decipher the underlying message, the unspoken implications. Is this denial just a smokescreen, a tactical diversion? Or is there genuine intent behind the president's words? The skeptics are not just concerned about the potential dismissal of Powell, but also the broader implications for the Federal Reserve. Powell's role as the chair of the Federal Reserve is pivotal, his decisions impacting the economic stability and growth of the nation. His dismissal could introduce a degree of uncertainty and instability, potentially leading to repercussions that could be felt far beyond the confines of the Federal Reserve. But the skeptics are not just worried about the potential impact on the Federal Reserve. They're also concerned about the possible disruption to the checks and balances that underpin our democracy. The president's ability to dismiss the chair of the Federal Reserve could set a worrying precedent, undermining the independence of the Federal Reserve and, by extension, the stability of our economic system. Yet, the skeptics are not unanimous in their views. Some believe that the president is merely saber-rattling, using the threat of dismissal as a tool to exert influence over Powell and the Federal Reserve. Others, however, fear that this could be the first step towards a more significant reshuffling of power, with potentially far-reaching consequences. And amid these voices of skepticism, Powell himself has something to say. Jerome Powell, the man at the center of this whirlwind, has stated that his firing is not permitted under the law. The Federal Reserve Chair, caught in the crossfire of speculation and political maneuvering, has unequivocally responded to the rumors swirling around his potential dismissal. Powell's stance is clear. He believes that a move to fire him would be an illegal act. Delving deeper into Powell's response, it's evident that he's not taking these allegations lightly. His assertion that his firing is not legal adds a fresh layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. It's not just about politics now, it's about the law. It's about the interpretation of the Federal Reserve Act, which states that a Fed chair can only be removed for cause, a term that's open to interpretation. Powell's response isn't just a challenge to the president, it's a challenge to the system. It's a statement that dares to question the extent of the president's power over the Federal Reserve, an institution that prides itself on its independence. Powell's defiance against the potential dismissal showcases his commitment to his role and his dedication to uphold the Federal Reserve's autonomy. The Federal Reserve Chair's response also raises questions about the relationship between the presidency and the Federal Reserve. It's a relationship that's meant to be symbiotic, with both entities working hand in hand for the good of the nation's economy. But Powell's response hints at an underlying tension, a struggle for control that goes beyond the current situation. The response from Powell also underscores the importance of public perception in this unfolding saga. By asserting that his firing would not be legal, Powell is not just defending his position, he's also shaping the narrative. He's putting the spotlight on the legality of the president's potential actions, thereby shifting the focus of the debate. So, where does this leave us? What does all this mean? As we navigate through this political labyrinth, it's clear that we're not just dealing with a potential dismissal, we're dealing with questions of legality, power dynamics, and the very fabric of our political system. The implications of this situation are far-reaching, affecting not only the Federal Reserve, but also the political and economic landscape of the nation. The potential fallout of this situation could be significant. If President Trump were to fire Jerome Powell, it could shake the independence of the Federal Reserve, an institution whose autonomy is crucial for maintaining economic stability. It's a move that could potentially disrupt financial markets and spark a crisis of confidence among investors worldwide. Yet the president denies any immediate plans to fire Powell, a denial that has somewhat assuaged the immediate fears of economic instability. However, it has not entirely dispelled the cloud of uncertainty that hangs over the Federal Reserve and the U.S. economy. This uncertainty could potentially lead to volatility in the markets, as investors remain wary of any sudden policy shifts. The skepticism expressed by officials and lawmakers adds another layer of complexity to this situation. Their doubts about the president's intentions, whether they stem from political considerations or a genuine disbelief in the likelihood of such a dramatic move, further fuel the ambiguity. Powell's response, asserting that he cannot be fired under the law, has been a beacon of reassurance. This assertion, grounded in legal precedent, serves as a reminder of the checks and balances that exist within our system of governance. It's a reminder that even the highest office in the land is not above the law. In summary, we've witnessed a whirlwind of speculation, denial, skepticism, and defense. An initial spark of speculation about Powell's dismissal has ignited a flurry of discussions about the implications of such a move. President Trump's denial has provided some relief, but skepticism from officials and lawmakers keeps the conversation alive. Powell's response, asserting the legality of his position, has served as a powerful reminder of the strength of our institutions. As the situation remains fluid, uncertainty lingers. But one thing is clear: the world will be watching closely to see how this unfolds.